Hi, I'm Thomas Elder, and today we are going to be answering a few questions. The first one is, was Truman's decision to drop the atomic bomb the right one? The second question is, was ushering in the atomic age worth it? And the third question is had the choice, would I have done anything differently? The first question we're going to answer with a little bit of facts first. The first bomb was dropped 6th August 1945 on Hiroshima. It exploded at exactly 0815 hours. The B-29 that carried it was the Enola Gay, and he was commanded by 32-year-old Colonel Paul Tibbets. 3 days later in Nagasaki, on 9 August 1945, at 11:02 hours, the second bomb exploded. And that was B-29 Bockscar, commanded by Major Charles Sweeney. I believe that Truman made the right decision to drop both of these bombs. And we get there by looking at the casualties. Starting in 15 June 1944, whenever we took the islands of Saipan and Tinian, we had 11,957 wounded, 3,752 killed in action. A little bit later, February 1945, for Iwo Jima, we took a total wounded count of 19,217 and 6,821 killed in action. A little bit later, on 1st April 1945, for Okinawa, 55,162 wounded, 12,520 killed in action. Once we had taken Okinawa, we knew that we were going to be going to the homelands next, and that looked to be a casualty count of 1 million plus U.S. service members. That's not including our allies. That's not including the Japanese people themselves. That is just U.S. casualties. I believe that Truman made the right call in not allowing those casualties to happen, effectively ending World War II with 2 bombs and no more lives lost. I believe was the absolute right thing to do. Was it worth ushering in the atomic age? I believe it was worth ushering in the atomic age due to the fact that we needed to remain the superpower. Russia was already looking into atomic weaponry. Germany was already looking into atomic weaponry. We needed to be the front and foremost in superiority. After World War II, not only did it usher in multiple pacts between countries to not use atomic weapons against each other, it also allowed for a far cleaner energy to start being produced in mass quantities with very few accidents. I believe that nuclear power is far better than the alternative. The third question is, if given the decision, would I have done anything differently? There are quite a few things that I would have done differently. The first and foremost being, I wouldn't have waited 3 days to drop the second bomb. I would have tried to have gotten it done as quick as possible. Emperor Hirohito did not want to end the war with an unconditional surrender with the Potsdam Declaration. And I believe that, yes, even though Truman did get the job done, it could have been done a few days earlier, which would have caused ceasefires to happen a few days earlier, which means that we would have had even less casualties. The second thing that I would have done is I probably would have found more of the Japanese war complex and not densely civilian populated cities. I believe that even though the civilians have basically been known to defend their homelands up to and including their lives, they were just soldiers in waiting, but they did not deserve the hellfire that rained down on them that day, both of those days. So in conclusion, Yes, Truman made the right decision. And if given the choice, yes, I would probably make the same decision. And the nuclear age has allowed better submarines, better naval vessels. It has allowed cleaner energy to farther parts of the country than mainline would be able to reach. And we maintained the supremacy that the United States needed. And with that, I thank you, and I hope you have a nice day.